Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Preston Poole. That is Tyler Adams, Unadvised, here on the Sports Animal YouTube, Facebook, and on our very own X account at Unadvised Pod. Here on lovely weather today here in Oklahoma City. Absolutely perfect, and it's hopefully going to be that way for the next week or so. It doesn't even feel like Christmas time, but it is. But a lot to get into today. We'll get into some NFL games. We had Bedlam basketball. Oklahoma taking on Alabama this Friday. And then we'll get into the Thunder, who I'm sure there's some people out there that think their season is over with now after their last game. But we'll get into the Thunder as well. First off, T-Bag, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Great weather. It's almost Christmas time. We're grinding this week, Preston, but 2-day work week on the horizon for me next week. We're moving and grooving right now.
Yeah, and a few more days till we're both out of town and don't have to deal with any of the stuff here either. So, yeah, this week needs to end quickly, I think, because, yes, it has been quite the work week so far. But nevertheless, let's get into the NFL. How about them Bears? 10-4 Bears beat up on the Browns at home last week, 31-3. Caleb Williams, 2 touchdowns, 242 yards. DeAndre Swift had a pair of touchdowns as well. Just your overall thoughts on your Chicago Bears, who are just on a roll right now.
Caleb Williams is a cold weather quarterback. Whenever it's cold, he performs. He played awesome. And I know the Browns suck, but it's not like their defense is bad. Myles Garrett was wreaking havoc everywhere. But, that was a must-win game because now with a win on Saturday against the Packers, you can take a game-and-a-half lead because the Packers have a tie on the division with 2 games to go. So that was a massive win on Sunday for the Bears, just to go in and take care of business. And Caleb Williams had one of the coolest throws I've ever seen to DJ Moore. Have you seen the side-by-side comparison to the Joe Montana Dwight Clark catch?
I have not seen that, no, but I did see the play that you're talking about.
So I'm not comparing Caleb Williams to Joe Montana. I want to get out in front of that right now. Caleb has a long way to go to get there, if he ever does. And if he ever gets to his level, my God. But the play, there's a side-by-side comparison to it. And the play is so identical, Preston, from what Caleb does to what the defensive line is doing to what the safeties and the wide receivers are doing. It is an identical football play. It's nuts when you see the side-by-side comparison of it. Everyone moved all 22 players moved the exact same way. It made the exact same jumps. Caleb made the exact same throw. I've watched that 10 times. Probably in the last hour, actually. I've probably watched it 100 times altogether.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the play that I thought was most interesting from that game was the pass from Shador to Jerry Jeudy, where it looked like he was about to get a touchdown. And I forget who the defensive back was that literally – I don't even know how he took the ball away from Jeudy. But he took it away, and the Bears got the ball back. But my mind was blown on how that guy got the ball from.
There's a couple crazy plays in that game. That's one of them. And yeah, the Bears are just a defense too. That I like playing Shador Sanders because he likes to turn the ball over, and the Bears are live by turnover, die by turnover kind of team. But yeah, that was. I felt a lot more relieved than happy after that one because I was kind of stressed. I spent all this money to go to Chicago. I've built it up in my head that this is going to be the biggest Bears home game since 2018. It's the biggest Bears-Packers game since the NFC Championship in 2011 is 2010 season. I was like, what a joy. I was like, but if they lose, it's not going to take the juice out altogether. Yeah. But the fact that if the Bears win this game, that they're 1 win away from the division, just makes it all the more exciting. So I was very relieved on Sunday.
Well, and the closer we get to the end of the season, that tie that the Packers had against Dallas, it's kind of just means a little bit more now at this point, right? Because the Packers sit at 9-4-1, the Bears are 10-4, and like you said, they play Saturday night at 7:20 under the lights there at Soldier Field. So, that should be a good one. I know I'll have my eyes on that one.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna have decent weather too. Because it was 9 degrees with a wind chill of like negative.
37 degrees. So yeah, it's a lot different than this last weekend up there.
I mean, I've done quarter games in Stillwater.
Yeah.
We can handle that.
No, 100%. So that should be fun going up there. You have to send some videos or something like that because I've always wanted to see what it's actually like there in that stadium.
So my friend I'm going with, he's been to a couple of Bears games at Soldier Field, and he's like, it's very awesome. He's like, it's the best. He's like, it's Soldier Field, it's the Bears, it's Bears Packers, but he's like, don't go in there thinking it's a nice stadium. I was like, I know it's not a nice stadium. I'm aware. On the outside, if you're just to look from the outside, it looks awesome.
Yeah, but once
inside
you get
the stadium is supposed to be really bad. So I am interested to see how bad it actually is.
Yeah, for sure. Early line on that one is Packers 1.5 favorites in that one.
I'm gonna get so drunk, Preston. I mean, night game. Oh yeah, blitz.
You've got all day.
Actually,
all day.
I should try to pace myself a little so I can really enjoy it. You know, I shouldn't just I'm not gonna black out, but
you can unleash after the game.
Yeah. If the Bears win, that party's rolling into Sunday.
Oh, 100%, 100%. The other thing that happened on Sunday is that the Wicked Witch has finally been crushed by the house.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead. Might come back again next year, but the Los Angeles Chargers take down the Kansas City Chiefs 16-13 and knock the Kansas City Chiefs out of the playoffs.
Congratulations. I was very happy for you. I was watching that game and I saw some of your tweets and you got negative there for a second, which I totally understand.
Yes.
And when there was 3 minutes left, I thought to myself, I was like, I wanted to text you, but then I was like, probably not the best time because I didn't want you to think I was messing with you. But yeah, that had to feel good to win, Preston. It does suck, obviously, that Mahomes got hurt. But it really also sucks that you can't full on just be like ha 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 to them.
Oh yeah, I can. I do not care, unfortunately. So yeah, it sucks that he got hurt, but this is football, right? My quarterback was playing with a plate and screws in his hand, and taking hits all day.
Justin Herbert's a football guy, man.
Yeah, he's an animal.
He's a football player playing quarterback.
Yeah, and I can't wait to watch him this weekend.
Because you'll be in Dallas.
Yeah, I'll be down in Dallas watching that game, and I also plan to partake in festivities before and after.
Yeah, I'm sure me and you will probably have the same idea in our minds.
Yes.
So what are the Chargers scenarios? What do you need?
Really?
Time. Look at us, Preston. By the way, I do want to just take a moment to appreciate that me and you are both scenarios. We're rolling into week 16. Me and you are beelining for the playoffs. This is amazing for both of us.
Yeah, so right now the Chargers sit in 5th place, so they'd be the first of the wild card teams. But if Denver slips up in one of their next 2 games and loses, and the Chargers beat them on the final weekend of the season, the Chargers would win the division and get that home field playoff game. So that's what I'm hoping for, but at this point, it's just get in and win a playoff game because they've gotten into the playoffs and haven't won a playoff game the last couple of years. So at this point, it's just winning a playoff game.
Yeah, you don't care if it's on the road, at home.
No.
You just want to win a playoff game. Yeah, I get it.
And right now, where it stands, it would be more than likely the Steelers, and they've already beat the Steelers this year. So I'd be pretty confident in that one. So yeah, it's just coming down to the nitty gritty, having a blast on Sundays, watching all this football because you have all these teams. I mean, you think of the Patriots and the Bills game last weekend where it looked like the Bills were running, or the Patriots were running away with it, and then the Bills just come back in the second half and win that one and pull close in that division. So there's still a lot of divisions up for grab.
A lot, yeah. NFC West.
Yeah.
NFC West, NFC North, AFC West,
AFC East,
AFC South, Texans and Jags.
There's 3 teams that could win that division right now. The AFC South.
The Colts, I mean,
yeah.
I love Philip Rivers. That was fun, but no.
It
can't throw more than 30 yards.
Couldn't really throw it at all I didn't watch a whole lot of that game, but I saw, bits and pieces of it, probably for sure, like at least the second half. I didn't think Phillip Rivers would be that fat coming back.
Whew. Whew.
He's a
Big
little
body.
hefty. Yeah,
He got smoked. He took a hit, and in my mind, I was like, I wonder if right now he's like, that was awesome, or like, oh
like,
my
why
god,
the hell am I doing
yeah.
this?
It was. I mean, he was throwing the ball and instantly just got shoved, went flying like 5 yards back.
Yeah. It did not look fun at times for him.
It dropped my heart for a second. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, 100%. Trying to think of some other.
Tom Brady is 4 years older, almost 5 years older than Phillip Rivers, and just look at the difference in those two.
Yeah, no, 100%. One is still like the perfect man.
In
like
perfect
looks
shape.
Wise, yeah,
yeah, as it aged a day.
Yeah, and the other is a high school football coach in Alabama. We had the Lions and the Rams. There was 75 points scored in that game. That was an awesome game. The Rams win that one. The Rams just continue to look like one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I think they're beatable. I think everyone in the NFL is beatable this year. Yeah. But it's hard to go against the Rams in the NFC right now. It's really hard to go against them in the NFC.
Now, they did have Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua get banged up.
Yeah, Devontae, his hamstring is supposed to be pretty bad, isn't it?
I think
Puka's going to be okay.
Yeah, obviously age plays in a part of Devontae Adams as well. So, but yeah, that hamstring. Let's see what else we had. We had the Vikings beat the Cowboys. Are we still there? Hello?
Do you have me?
Hopefully we're still live.
Can you hear me? You got me?
You got me? Yeah, I got you.
I got okay.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Everything just reset at that point. All right.
Yeah.
I think we're still live. I think we're good.
It says live.
Okay, that'll work. But the Vikings and the Cowboys, JJ McCarthy. I mean, he just
9. Grady Denson.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about the Vikings, but JJ McCarthy just plays like every couple of weeks he decides to show up and play football.
Yeah, I mean, do we just take all his like unders and like over interceptions this upcoming weekend? I don't even know who they play.
Probably. I think that would be probably a good bet. That would probably be a good bet. And then the Dolphins, they're done for as they lose to the Steelers last night. Tua just not a cold weather guy.
Cold weather guy. And the Dolphins posted those pictures or those videos on social media of them like practicing in the snow like they're made for it. They're shirtless and stuff. Did you see that?
I did not see that, but
it was on like Saturday. They went to Pittsburgh early to have a practice in the snow, and they're like,
I did see that. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I came back to bite them. Not gonna lie, I might have put some M&Ms on the Dolphins money line last night solely because Mike Tomlin got his road underdog win against a division rival and the Ravens last weekend. I was like, surely he's gonna follow it up with a home loss as a favorite. I was wrong. Yeah, Dolphins. That's just what I give Austin for taking the Dolphins in cold weather. Well, that's my fault.
Yeah, you always fade the Dolphins in cold weather.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always got to. All right, let's move on to college football. Alabama comes to town to take on the Oklahoma Sooners this Friday night, 7 p.m. As it stands right now, Alabama is a 1.5 point favorite. I have seen some other lines where Oklahoma is like a 1 point favorite or a 1.5 point favorite. So for me, this is really just like a pick 'em heading into this game between these two teams. Obviously, Oklahoma won in Tuscaloosa a couple weeks ago. I think that this is about as even of a matchup as you can get in the college football playoffs.
It's going to be a great game. I'm very excited for it. How do we feel about John Mateer tripping over practice dummies? Is that bad vibes?
Tough look. That is a tough look. Definitely didn't start the week off on the right vibes.
If OU loses, not just in general, whenever they lose, they have to win the national championship now, or else that video is going to be all over social media.
Yeah,
I will probably post it myself.
It was a tough look. You don't want your starting quarterback tripping over the tackling dummies in practice, but
we also have a great just college football rocks with all the burner accounts on Twitter getting mad at the journalist for posting that. Like, why would you even post this? He's doing his job, man.
Hand up, that thought crossed my mind. I was like, I probably would have kept that in the gun. I wouldn't have shot that one out.
That's why you can't have a bunch of beat or a bunch of report beat writers, reporters for the team like me, because if I was at OSU practice and that happened, that's video staying on my phone. That video is not seeing anything. But the right journalistic thing to do is to post it. So that's why I do try to keep an arm's length at times. It was like, yeah, I know that I'd be a shill on some things.
Yeah, no, that would have stayed in the camera roll, and no one would have ever known that it happened. I would not have that blood on my hands. I'll tell you that right now. At all. But I mean, just think of this game. The last time it took a defensive touchdown for Oklahoma to win that ball game in Tuscaloosa. It's hard to bet that they're going to go and get a defensive touchdown again in this matchup. And I say that they've done it twice now against Alabama in back-to-back matchups last year and this year. And the fact that it's just so hard to beat a team twice in one season. T-Bag, I know you get it at home, but it's gonna be tough.
I had this fight, so we had a fight on the Morning Animals today. I even stood up during this fight. That's a myth in college football. The team that wins the first game has I forgot, it was like 53% or something, wins the second game in college football. The saying has always been, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. With
our
NFL
connection
purposes.
is no bueno. We'll see if we can get T-Bag back. Or what is going on right now?
Do you have me?
Yeah, I don't know. The connection is no bueno.
Is it from my end?
No, I think it might be mine as well. You've been freezing up, but mine has been messing up. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Anyways, you said you got into a fight on the Morning Animals.
Is that the last thing you heard?
Yes.
Okay. It's the saying is, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And college football fans have turned this into, it's hard to beat a team twice. In the NFL and in college football, more often than not, you win twice, especially in college football, than splitting.
Yeah.
And the reason I know this is because in 2023, when OU and OSU were both fighting for the Big 12 championship, I did not want a second Bedlam. I was very open about not wanting a second Bedlam. I was like, nope, I got the Bedlam win. I'm good. Don't need to risk that one time. And so Spinozzi and Curtis did a bunch of research and were like, oh, you're so wrong on this. And then today, Curtis was like, you know how hard it is to beat a team twice? I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, 2 years ago, we had a 4 week long debate, however long that was, about how I'm being, soft because I don't want to play OU again, and how like history will tell you that you win the second game if you won the first one. It's like 53% or something. But we looked up the numbers. But yeah, I got in a fight with Spinoza or with Curtis on that one this morning.
There's nothing wrong with
and obviously it's hard to beat a team twice. It is, but more. I think of the last like 15 years, more teams.
I will say this. History tends to repeat itself, right? So we've all heard that saying, and I would say history is on Oklahoma's side, because the only time Alabama's beaten Oklahoma is in a bowl game at a neutral site, and obviously this game is being played in Norman at Oklahoma Stadium. So Oklahoma's beaten Alabama twice in Tuscaloosa. They've beaten them twice in Norman. And they beat them once in a bowl game. Alabama's only wins were the Orange Bowl in 1962 and the Orange Bowl in 2018. Last time I checked, they ain't playing this game in Miami. So we'll add that stat in there as well to maybe make Oklahoma fans feel a little bit better about this matchup. But if I had to pick, I would probably take Oklahoma plus the 1.5 as it sits right now. And probably have Oklahoma as the outright winner. It just feels like, again, and we've talked about it for a couple of weeks, it just feels like Alabama ever since that OU game, they're trending. It's like slowly downwards, right?
Ty Simpson's been broken.
Yeah.
He had 2 interceptions against Eastern Illinois. He had 2
interceptions. And Oklahoma's played with the broken offense since Texas. After that Auburn game.
We're used to it.
Yeah.
We're better with a broken offense, actually.
Exactly. And they've had time for some of those guys on defense to get healthy, like R. Mason Thomas, which seems like he's on track to potentially play in the game this Friday. And get a lot of guys like the running backs healthy as well, who have been banged up as well. So it should be a great matchup, 7 p.m. in Norman. I can't wait. Unfortunately, there's a Thunder game that night, so I'm going to have to be working during this. But I was working for the last OU Alabama game, and that went pretty well. So
it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to Bedlam basketball. This will probably be the last thing we talk about, just because the connection is iffy and we keep going in and out. So we'll talk about Bedlam basketball real quick. T-Bag, you were there for the men's game. I was at home. I watched probably the second half. I was running around, so I didn't get to watch the full first half, but I definitely watched the second half, and it was just back and forth in the second half. Your thoughts on that game in Paycom Center? Obviously, Oklahoma winning that matchup on Saturday.
Yeah, it sucked. Just OSU was just Anthony Roy, Victorious Miller just didn't show up. OSU couldn't hit the 3-ball, and they've been a good 3-ball team all year. So credit to OU for defending that well. Parsifala getting hurt. He's been battling back spasms.
Oh, did we lose T-Bag? I think we lost T-Bag. All right. Well, I'm still here. We got him. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe this will be different. I don't know. I just exited out of, got back in.
I think it might be something to do with our streaming platform that we use, because this has never happened when we do the show.
Yeah. It feels a lot different, just like logging out. But Parsifala getting he's been battling back spasms. That sucked because Vucevic, they kept trying to feed the ball down low in the second half. You can tell that was their game plan. Like, all right, we have size in the paint. OU doesn't. And Vucevic just didn't show up. Well, I mean, they're just kids press, but my God, you're playing Big 12 basketball. Make a freaking layup down low.
Yeah.
It was just a frustrating loss. It was just a frustrating loss. It would have been a frustrating loss against anyone. Then you add on top, it's Bedlam. Very frustrating loss, but lot of season to go. I've leveled expectations back down with OSU from they're going to the Final Four to, okay, let's just get to the tournament. Their defense isn't as good as what I thought it was. That's for sure. They haven't been nearly as good lately. It's been kind of false advertising, I guess, from their defense, whatever the saying would be. Wishful thinking kind of on the defense, because when they play better competition, better offenses, it's just like, oh, okay, they're so behind defensively. But it sucked.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched a whole lot of college basketball. That was literally the most college basketball I've watched all year. Right.
I've just become an OSU guy with college basketball at this point.
Like,
I watch Big 12 when conference play.
I tend to not care about college basketball until like the end of February, right close to the conference tournaments. Then I'll start watching to get ready for March and all that stuff. But I thought Nigel Pack for Oklahoma played well. He hit 4 of 9 from 3. Xavier Brown obviously led the game in points with 21. So I think it's a good win for Porter Moser. He hasn't lost to Oklahoma State in a couple of years now at this point. So, that's good for him. But at this point for both teams, it's just you got to get in the tournament. Yeah. Right? You just got to get in the tournament.
That was a big one for OU for tournament purposes.
Yeah.
Because they needed that. They needed that out-of-conference win because the SEC is not as grueling this year. The SEC is not as grueling. So you can go in there and have a 500 record in the SEC and get in the tournament. So that was big for them to have, because if they would have dropped that one, it would have been a lot harder for them to get in. They would have had to win a few more SEC games.
Yeah, and I think both teams play UMKC.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think Oklahoma's playing them like tonight. And then OSU plays them coming up. And, just a couple of weeks, obviously, a conference play starts at the beginning of the new year. So,
yeah, and OSU gets a treat of going to at Texas Tech and then at Arizona to start off conference play. Yeah.
What a start. What a start. All right, well, that's going to do it for us because we can't stay connected and it keeps dropping for us. But we'll be back probably Tuesday of next week to recap everything that went on with our weekends. Obviously, both of us going out of town to watch our favorite NFL teams play. So we'll
both of our first times to watch our favorite NFL teams too.
That is true. Yes,
I've never seen the Bears in person.
Yeah, I have never seen the Chargers in person either. I wish I was going to LA for it, but I'll take a 70-degree Arlington, Texas.
Winning on the road though, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, with all the Cowboy fans.
And it officially eliminates the Cowboys in the playoffs too. I mean, they're eliminated, but it officially eliminates them.
Look, I think I'm addicted to eliminating teams from the NFL playoffs. Mark me down for that. But all right, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week. Everyone stay good. Be happy, be merry. We'll see you next week. See you.